one measure a winter season. When a big winter would come, I'd know. I'd measure how many inches of snow piled onto the deck railing, how cold it would be outside, how many people were out enjoying it all. But just as the song goes, you should measure it in love. And by that, a few folks have asked for my take on their favorite winter comforts. And with that, here were the two biggest requests made and measured from this heart to yours. Start by mincing 3 large cloves of garlic, and then chop 1 large yellow onion into the size pieces of your choice. I want to thank my brother Patrick and my sister-in-law Jen for this awesome, beautiful carrot here. Slice up 3 small or 1 large carrot that's been peeled and into the sizes of your choice, and 1 stalk of celery. Over a high heat, lightly coat the bottom of your soup pot with olive oil. After about a minute, proceed to brown about 4 to 5 pounds of organic chicken seasoned with salt and pepper. I like to use drumsticks and thighs for a real depth of flavor. After the chicken's been browned on their sides, set them aside on a plate and reserve the oils at the bottom of the pot. Into that liquid gold goes your chopped onion and garlic. Stir and let them saute for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then add in your celery and carrots and allowing them to cook together for about 5 more minutes. Season with a good dash of kosher salt and, of course, a good dash of black pepper. Still over high heat, add your brown chicken back into the pot. Measure out about 8 cups of water and pour it right over the meat and vegetables. Then, cover up the pot and leave everything to cook together on a high heat for about 30 minutes. After about 30 minutes, put the heat to a medium-low and let the soup continue cooking for an hour. Gently skim the chicken fat off the top and set it aside. You can cover and save this awesome schmaltz for future cooking, or you can choose to just chuck it later. Alright, we're releasing a lot of that oil. It smells really good actually. And this way it'll be all good. And put it into the broth. About 5 minutes to the end of cooking, you can add in your herbs. My top choices: chopped thyme, Italian parsley, basil, and scallions, all fresh and fantastic. Remove your chicken pieces from the broth and turn off the heat. Let the soup sit covered for a few minutes before serving. In the meantime, take 2 forks and extract the meat off the chicken bones. Ready to add and eat with your soup whenever you need it. A classic chicken soup is always a go-to favorite for a cold day, but if it's heartiness you're looking for in a dish, look no further than our second biggest request.
For you, I breathe every breath for you. So if I may...
To start, get a good handful of peeled garlic cloves, 1 large carrot, and 1 large onion chopped. And of course, a good quality 3 to 5 pound chuck roast. Lightly coat the bottom of a large pot with olive oil and set the heat to a medium-high. After about a minute, drop in your garlic and let the cloves saute in the hot oil until they're caramelized, and remove them with a spider spatula to add in later. With the oil now flavored from the garlic, it's time to season your meat. Season it well on both sides with salt and pepper, and then place it into the hot oil to brown on all sides. Once your meat's been browned, remove it from the pot and set it onto a plate to rest. And in the meantime, add in your onions, your garlic, and your sliced carrots. While your vegetables saute away in the pot, it's time to build the sauce with your liquids. Start by adding a 1/4 cup of Cabernet wine and gently scrape the bottom of the pot with a wooden spatula to help deglaze the flavors. Then, add back in your rested roast. On top of the meat, pour in your 20 ounces of crushed tomatoes. More wine, some good beef stock. So we're going to add my secret ingredient, just something everybody knows and loves. It's Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola will actually tenderize your meat, as well as add a little sweetness and a little more flavor. Back on. Leave it on high for about 30 minutes. Then cook it low and slow for another 2 hours, and you should be ready to go. Some winters definitely seem crazier than others, and this year has definitely proven to be a cold one for New York. And as much as I think snow is beautiful, this year I find myself daydreaming more on this scenario instead. Beautiful Hawaii, still in my memory and fantastically on my mind. Of course, I wouldn't be able to measure the love I have for this place in sights alone, because there are many great tastes to match. So what happens when a picture memory alone is not going to cut it, and getting back there is just going to have to wait? You have to make do with what you got, and let all else follow. So in the meantime, while I'm still dreaming, here's some things I make that help pass the time. Get ready to make some cake. We've got our 2 cups of flour, about a cup and 3/4. We got our cinnamon, baking soda, baking powder, and some kosher salt. Make sure it's all combined. You got your wet ingredients. We got 3 eggs. We're gonna add our sugar.
Well, I'm the same little girl that grew up next door to you.
Add your soy and coconut milk. Well, this is a combination of the 2. Olive oil. Good vanilla, the good stuff. A little bit of coconut extract in there. Mix the liquids well together and then proceed to zest 2 oranges, 1 lemon, and 1 lime. Combine both wet and dry ingredients and mix it well together. Now, we'll put it in the oven, 350 degrees. And wait for the magic to happen. In the meantime, we gotta make juice. Got this whole thing of zested fruit. Check it out, looks pretty badass. They all got their battle scars, now we're gonna make them into juice.
Just Miss Dynamite D. Well, I remember
And the prize possession, a blood orange. It's bleeding! A little squeeze of honey or agave nectar in it. Stir it up. Save your empty citrus shells for a dessert, or you can use it for this. Or there's a multiple use for these awesome shells.
that showed me the way.
You're done, take them out. After baking for about 35 to 40 minutes, remove them from the oven and let them cool. You're going to take your little skewer or your toothpick, poke your holes, pierce the tops of your cakes near to the bottom, and then pour your fresh juice over the cakes until they're saturated. Let the cakes sit out overnight, or at least for 5 hours to absorb all the juices. When that's done, gently flip out the cakes and decorate them however you want. But while we wait for dessert, there's always the rest. New York, New Jersey, you can't get much of that awesome Portuguese sausage. Tried finding it, we can't find it. If you know where it is, please tell me. A nice substitute for now will just have to be a little bit of bacon and a little bit of chorizo sausage. Once cooked, remove the chopped sausage from the pan with a spider spatula, leaving the drippings and adding about 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame oil.
I just missed time.
While the oil heats, prepare to crack and cook 5 eggs in the pan. Cook the eggs over a high heat for a minute, and then scramble them over a low heat for another minute. Some day-old rice. Add in about 4 to 5 cups of day-old steamed rice and cook along with the eggs, seasoning with a little salt and pepper for flavor. We're going to add back in our sausage. For those of you who love it, add as much as you'd like. Just don't be afraid of what the doctor's going to say later. Add in a little bit of fresh chopped scallion and about 8 ounces of thawed frozen baby peas. Got all our colors going on in brown red. It's our attempt to be a little healthy, but who am I kidding? This isn't healthy, this is just delicious. using broccoli salad. Get your steamed broccoli. It's nice and cold. All you need is 1 clove of garlic. It makes a total difference. You like more, that's your business. But in this house, we like things minimal but tasty. Take it, crush it, chop. All we need is a little bit of sesame oil, toasted sesame seeds, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and a bit more of your scallions. It might not be from Hawaii, but it's right here, right now, until we meet again. And there you have it, seasonal comfort measured in love. So whether a winter here or there, this of course is only a mere snippet, and there's plenty more to be had, and many more of them ahead.
Derrière case là, t'es ni au pied piment, chaleur, vieux femme là, tu es des piments là,